Good afternoon, good Friday. This is Joel from movingtomexi.co. We are just doing a quick test live stream, so just bear with us. But it's happy Friday, so I'm here to answer all your questions on Mexico. I'm going to keep this pretty brief, so 5 to 10 minutes at max. I was just testing out a pre-video to see how that worked, and we're also trying to see if we can loop this through to Instagram. And if anyone can go on Instagram and see if they can see this stream, it doesn't look like it's working. I think for sure it is happening on YouTube because I see people on YouTube. So hello, Travel Eats, Rumison, Lana Lee, Pascual. Good afternoon to all of you. Oh, and we got someone from, I don't know, it's all YouTube right now. So I don't know if anyone's on Facebook to make sure that's actually working. Malakon Manny. But thank you, everybody, for putting up with these little tests. It's nice to see you. China Joe from San Diego. And Dick Large. I don't know, man. Is that your real name? Hope all is well. Simon Davies and M. Safe Guy Boxman from San Francisco. Bienvenidos. It's a green screen, but I haven't yet. We got Paul working on a background for it, so we haven't tested that out. We're just going to test it out tomorrow. If not, we'll just leave a green screen in the background. So Mike Reeves, and it's Lynn Bruce watching from Facebook. That's my mother-in-law. So everyone say hi to Lynn Bruce. Joel's mother-in-law and Jillian's mom from the epicenter of Alberta, which is Calgary, I think. And hopefully, Lynn, you are looking forward to escaping from Canada and coming back to Mexico as soon as possible, where you can enjoy sunshine and 24 hours of freedom every day. Hey, Emma. Hey, Steve. How's you guys doing? So where's everybody from today? Just put where you're actually texting from so we can have an idea of where you are in this beautiful world of ours, which is, it's still a beautiful place. With all the craziness happening around us, you still have to just look outside, look up at the sky, look at the ocean, look around, look at your family, and we have a lot to be grateful and thankful for. So it still is a pretty awesome place where we live. Any questions out there? You can let me know. I'm going to be cutting this off in about 5 minutes. It's just really, there's really no topic to discuss, but we are going to be starting to do at least one live stream every week. And we're going to start it off having a little bit of fun with the Spanish language. And having you guys try to start answering or asking your questions in Spanish, and then we can answer them in Spanish and help with the translation. So we have a question here from Tanis Matthews. So what's your favorite charity to support in Bucerias? I can't wait to be there for semi-retirement in November. Love our videos. Well, thank you very much, Tanis from Stony Plain, Alberta, Canada. I do enjoy giving both time and money to A Dog's New Life. That's one of our favorites. There's also a local charity here, which is an orphanage, which there's a fundraiser that's done for that. I think at least once a year. So we try to contribute to those. And, we just try to contribute to people who live here as much as possible. Simon Davies asks, sorry, I put up the wrong one. We have a trip to Bucerias planned for December. I don't think so, but who the heck really knows? I mean, Mexico is probably going to be the last place to be shut down. It's been the most free when it comes to limited travel restrictions when compared to other Western nations. So I think the only negative is if the Canadian government, if you're from Canada, keeps giving the impression that you cannot leave. That they seem to have done a really good job at that last year. And even though people who figured it out that they can leave, that they're not sequestered at home, they just made it pretty financially infeasible for people to make trips anywhere. So hopefully that's going to end. And Simon, sorry, there's your question, Simon. Kind of Bucerias in September, which is next month. There's no restrictions. We're wide open. I think the only restrictions we have right now are in Vallarta, and it's for bars. So bars are restricted in that they cannot open unless they're serving food. So no passports, no health passes, no vaccine cards. Just come here, use common sense, and we are open for business and enjoyment of our world and life. Dick is staying at Vedanta, and you know what? It really, Dick. I personally am not a big fan of Vedanta because it's just this massive complex. It's beautiful, so please don't get me wrong. We've had a lot of clients do bike tours at Vedanta, and they make it very difficult for any of their guests to leave. They actually purposely created this road that kind of goes like this, so it kind of looks like you're going through this jungle, for miles and miles to get to your resort, but really it's only about 1.5 kilometers, and they make it very difficult for you to leave the resort. Almost in all cases, when I talk to people, they're advised against it for security reasons, which is, if you watch our videos, there's nothing closer to being a distruth than that. But they want to keep people inside Vedanta because they spend their money there, and that's it. So yeah, you're going to enjoy your time there. I mean, it is beautiful, but just make sure you get yourself out of the resort and go explore the real Mexico. Bob Adams, the new development project is coming along. It's the rainy season, so because we're getting into like what we call foundation work, it's all the footings, it's all the structure that goes into place before we start pouring columns and footings. So everything has to be like 100% dry, and we have to get approval from our engineer, a structural engineer, before we can pour. So we've been doing it's been a little bit slow, but once we get the foundation in, and it doesn't really matter after that if it's raining, but then comes September, October, the rain really stops flowing as much, and that project's going to go really, really quick. We're still anticipating to be complete near the end of summer of 2022 with possessions, late summer to early fall. All right. Nothing like a $2,000 quarantine hotel. Trudeau sucks. Well, I try not to be as political. It's pretty. I do wear my heart in my sleeve, so I am definitely not a fan of his policy or that person in particular. So I'm not going to make any. I'm not going to apologize for that. Actually, I think he's probably one of the worst leaders that country's ever had. And once he gets his majority, which is pretty well a certainty, I think they're going to step up. They're going to step things up when it comes to the rights of Canadians. So we'll just have to see what happens there. All right. If you travel to the U.S., there's a $200 COVID test both ways. Actually, right now you can get that test. My daughter went to San Diego for a week, and I think her COVID test was 500 pesos, so $25. And that's the one that's acceptable for traveling to the U.S. Coming into Mexico, you don't need a COVID test as of now. You have to fill out some type of online questionnaire, and that's about it. And Travis Eats says about Rincon de Guayabitos. That's on our list, and we're going to make an attempt to go there very soon. It is a very beautiful place. We actually, when we were looking at buying in Mexico, we looked at Rincon de Guayabitos. The only thing that turned us away from moving there was it was just too far. You're looking at a good, solid hour and a half drive from the airport. And just given what we were looking for in our lifestyle with the cycling business and having people coming here on a regular basis, that was just a deal breaker. Being in Bucerias, 20 minutes away from the airport, was just, we got the best of all worlds, and we can just go to places like Rincon to visit for the day or the weekend. COVID tests are readily available. You can basically book them a day in advance. There's private tests, like at a doctor, that you pay a little bit more. You can go to the CMQ, which is a hospital just up the street from Vallarta, which is pretty reasonable. Or you can go to the airport, which is the cheapest one. It's like a drive-through. But yeah, you don't even worry about that particular one. They are available everywhere. Here's a good one. Malakan Manny, I love what you're asking here. Is there a vineyard tour close by? Not really, but with about an hour flight from Vallarta, and depending on what's going to happen with flights this season, you could go, for example, to Querétaro. And in Querétaro, they have some really, really amazing wineries. It's about an 8 to 10-hour drive, maybe an 8-hour drive from Bucerias. Or you could do like a flight to Mexico City and then rent a car there, or a flight to Mexico City and then connect to Querétaro. And there are some amazing vineyards to visit. Jillian and I are hoping to go there, I think in October or November. So we're definitely going to go to visit some wineries, get some footage for y'all. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining this quick test live stream. We just want to be ready for Saturday because it's going to be a contest. We wanted to work out the bugs. I wanted to see if I could get this thing streaming into Instagram, which it doesn't look like it did. And I did everything that it was supposed to do, but I'm not sure why that didn't happen. Well, you can still join us on Facebook. You can join us on YouTube. And on that note, bring your questions tomorrow, because Paul and I are going to be here. So questions for Paul, questions for me, questions for the both of us. Most of the video is just going to be about taking your questions, giving you a live experience of being on the spot. You just ask us questions. It's just going to be like today. And then when we get to the end of that, let's say 30 to 40 minutes of that, we are going to do our contest live. And again, watch the Mazatlan video, study that very closely, and remember some key moments in that video. What do you think could be important? And on that note, we will see you all tomorrow. Nos vemos. Hasta luego y adiós.